Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Exciting day today because I do have another new singles team for you guys, which we will get into in just a moment here. But our first match with that team today is going to be against Juan. And so, yeah, there you can see my new team on the left-hand side there. Made up of a couple of Pokemon that I have used before, those being the Rotom Mow form and the Conkeldurr, although it has been a very long time since I used the Rotom Mow. That dates back all the way to ORAS, so real throwback there. Then we have some Pokemon that I've never used before, those being the Klefki, although I guess technically we have used that once now. That is the special shiny we got just recently. And then we also have the Glastrier, the Hisuian Typhlosion, and of course the Cyclizar. So I'm pretty excited to use this team. I feel like this is a pretty interesting combination of mid to lower tier Pokemon, so really looking forward to using it here. As looking at my opponent's team, it looks to be a very overpowered Sun team of sorts, very meta, so this is definitely going to be a real uphill battle for us here. So what do I want to lead with in this one? That is a good question. Not much time to decide. Let's just go with the Rotom. Let's just do that. And yeah, we'll go ahead and see how that works out. Definitely going to be an uphill battle here, it looks like, just based on the team composition, but we'll see if we can make it happen. Alright, so it looks like he is going to go ahead and lead with the Dragapult as we led with the Rotom Mow form. So this is obviously a really good matchup for him right out of the gate. I feel like our best bet, because we do not have the best of switches to Dragapult, I feel like our best bet here is just to stay in and try to hit this thing really hard with a Choice Specs Shadow Ball. So that's exactly what we're going to do here, as he does go for a Flamethrower. Can we take one? Yes, with 21 HP in the red, we barely take one. Go for that Choice Specs Shadow Ball in return. And that is just going to go ahead and one-shot that Dragapult outright, knocking him down to 5 Pokemon. So not a terrible start to the game for us. We do pretty much lose Rotom. It's basically on death's door, but we do get rid of the Dragapult, which is a huge threat out of the way. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Torkoal, which is not great, obviously. Gets the Drought to turn the Sunlight harsh, and so I think we definitely want to preserve Rotom for later. So I think what we're going to do here, we have a couple of options as to what we want to switch into against this thing, but I think the Conkeldurr is going to be the best option, so we're going to go ahead and just switch directly into that. And so there it is. And he is going to go ahead and go for a Stealth Rock, kind of as expected, just going to go ahead and get the entry hazard set up on us. So kind of expected that, as we do go ahead and get burned by the Flame Orb, which will activate our Guts to give us that huge attack increase. So this turn, I think our best move is going to be to just go ahead and go for a knockoff. It should hit pretty much everything that he switches in pretty hard, so that's just what we're going to do. He does withdraw, kind of as expected, and he is going to go into, what is he going to switch into? It is going to be the Victory Bell, actually, so that's kind of fine. We go for that knockoff. It is going to go ahead and knock that thing all the way down to like 1 HP, but it actually does survive. We get rid of its Life Orb, and then we take some burn damage from the Flame Orb. So he is definitely within Mach Punch range at this point, so there's no reason for us not to just go for it. That's exactly what we're going to do. And he could switch to try to preserve the Victory Bell, but I don't personally feel like it's worth it, but he could. As he doesn't, he just leaves it in, and he will get taken out for sure from that range by a Mach Punch, and that will take him down to 4 Pokemon. So that is pretty incredible for us, as we do take some more burn damage there. No big deal with that. So we'll see what he wants to come in with in response to that. But Conkeldurr is putting in the work here, which is pretty nice. So what is he going to want to come in with here? It is going to be the Great Tusk, which is kind of what I figured he would come in with at first. So he's going to go ahead and get the Photosynthesis to increase his attack. So that's obviously bad news. In this situation, I don't really want to take a big shot with Conkeldurr. We can't really do a ton to this thing with Conkeldurr either. The only question is, what do we switch in here? I feel like, as much as I don't want to do it, I feel like we probably just have to switch in Rotom as a sack play at this point. That's probably our only, or our best option here, so that's what we're going to do. We could get lucky if he goes for the ground move and get a free switch to burn another Sun Turn, which would be best case scenario, but I kind of doubt it. We'll see what he wants to do. So there is the Rotom, as we do take the stones, actually, and we actually do survive the Stealth Rock damage with 2 HP, but he is actually just going to go for the close combat to finish us off there, so really nothing we can do about that. So we do lose Rotom there, and we go down to 5, but kind of is what it is. Now, we have to make a choice as to what we want to bring in to face this thing. I feel like, despite the Stealth Rock being up, I feel like Hisuian Typhlosion is probably our best answer to this thing right now. So we're going to go ahead and do just that. So we're going to go ahead and come in with said Hisuian Typhlosion. We do take the Stealth Rock damage, which is unfortunate, but we do Frisk to find this thing's Assault Vest, which is also good to note, because that means that it's going to take special attacks very well, obviously. So the switch from him is really obvious, and unfortunately all of his remaining Pokemon are actually resistant to fire. However, I still feel like our best option here is to go Eruption. It is in the sun, so it should do massive damage anyway to something, so we're just going to go for the Eruption. We know we outspeed because of Choice Scarf. He actually does stay in. We hit the Eruption, which is actually going to be enough to go ahead and cleanly one-shot that Great Tusk, knocking him down to 3 Pokemon. So that is incredible power there from Hisuian Typhlosion, not even at full HP, and that Eruption Sun boosted was enough to one-shot that thing. So that is incredible for us, absolutely incredible, as now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Gastrodon. So that thing's in. I feel like there's no reason for us to stay in here. He does resist the Eruption, so we know it's not going to take him out. I feel like our best bet is to switch into the Cyclizar, because we really want to get ourselves in a situation where we can get rid of those Stealth Rocks, because it is going to eat away our Hisuian Typhlosion and make our Eruption not do nearly as much damage. So we're going to switch in with Cyclizar here, as we do take the Stealth Rock damage. He is going to go for an Earth Power, which does do quite a lot of damage to us, unfortunately, and lowers our special defense, which is even worse. But we do survive. Now, unfortunately, we know we can't take another one of those things. However, I don't know that we really have a great switch into this thing. I do really want to get rid of the Stealth Rock, but I don't really want to lose Cyclizar, so that's kind of the problem that we have here. I feel like this is a tough decision. Do we basically sacrifice Cyclizar to get rid of the Stealth Rock? Is really our choice that we have here. Glastrier is going to take a lot, and Typhlosion is going to take a lot from Stealth Rock, so I feel like it might be worth it. Although I kind of don't want to lose this thing, so we could U-turn for chip damage. That's our other option. I don't really want to lose Cyclizar here, but I don't want to leave those rocks up. Let's just U-turn for chip damage. Let's just do it. So he does stay in. We do U-turn. We do get some decent chip damage there, actually. We take some damage from the Life Orb as well, and we do get the Pivot, which of course is going to activate our Regenerator to give us some more HP here, which is nice. And we have to send something in to face this thing. I almost want to send in Hisuian Typhlosion, even though it's Scarf, though. That might be useful for later. So I think actually our best bet is going to be the Conkeldurr, actually, so we'll do that instead. We should be able to take an attack from this thing, as we do take some Stealth Rock damage. He is going to go for the Ice Beam this time around. Going to do some decent chip damage, not a lot, as that thing is going to regain some HP with the leftovers, and then we are going to take some burn damage. But the only good news about this, as we have about 50% HP left, is we are in a pretty prime position to be able to go for a Drain Punch to get some HP back. So I think I'm going to do just that this turn, as he actually does switch the Gastrodon out, doesn't want to take any damage on it, any further damage. He is going to switch in here with the Torkoal, as we go for the Drain Punch. Does some decent damage to that thing, actually, despite that thing being very physically defensive. We do get a decent amount of HP back there, as the Sunlight is going to fade this turn, which is actually really good for us. and we're going to take some burn damage here. So I think this turn we actually do go knock off, because if he leaves the Torque Hole in, then if he brings it in next time, it will not. It will lose the sun will lose some effectiveness. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure if that really matters at this point, because all of the Pokemon that he has that could take advantage of the sun are gone. So I guess that's not really a huge consideration at this point. But even so, I kind of want to knock off. I don't know what this thing really does, but then again, Drain Punch could be nice. So I'm a little bit torn, actually. He could switch into the Dragonite, predicting the fighting move, so I kind of want to, you know what, I think we'll knock off here, as he does stay in. So we do knock off, does do some good damage to that thing, and get rid of its Heat Rock, which is nice. He goes for a Flamethrower, which, not Sun Boosted, will still actually do quite a bit of damage to us, and then we do take some HP from the burn as well. So we might not actually be able to outlast this thing with Conkeldurr, but I feel like our best bet is just to go Drain Punch again, so that's what we're going to do. We do outspeed. This turn, fortunately enough, I think it was close, but fortunately a Drain Punch is going to be enough to go ahead and finish that Torkoal off, which is incredible. That is going to go ahead and knock him down to 2 Pokemon as we take some more burn damage. So Conkeldurr, although it is worse for wear right now, is certainly putting in the work, which is pretty nice for us. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Dragonite. So this is going to be a problem for a couple of reasons. So we have a choice to make here. The question is, does he take this opportunity to Dragon Dance or not? And I feel like he certainly could take this opportunity to Dragon Dance, which, if he does, I think our best play is going to be would be to go Knock Off. Now, we could Mach Punch just to break the multi-scale, but I kind of don't want to do that because I feel like he might Dragon Dance. So we're going to Knock Off here and see what he wants to do. He actually does Dragon Dance, so that's actually the right play for us. So he goes ahead and gets that attack and speed increase, which is obviously not good, but we are going to get a big knockoff on this thing, which does some decent chip damage and gets rid of his weakness policy, which is really nice. So that means that there is going to be no more of that for him. So we do take some more burn damage, which is unfortunate, and now we are in a situation where I feel like he just attacks us this turn and takes us out with the multi-scale broken. If he Dragon Dances again, that would be catastrophic, obviously, if we Mach Punch. So I'm not sure if I want to Mach Punch or not, because the damage that we get from the Mach Punch will probably be pretty negligible. And if he Dragon Dances again, we could be in serious trouble. So I kind of want to Poison Jab here, just in case he double Dragon Dances. So yeah, we're going to Poison Jab this turn, actually, as he does Extreme Speed and take us out anyway. So it didn't really matter what we clicked there, because Extreme Speed would out-prioritize Mach Punch anyway. So we lose Conkeldurr there, and we go down to 4 Pokemon. That's kind of okay, because I think we do have a couple of options to face this thing down here, even though it is at +1, which is obviously a problem. I feel like, how do we play this? He could easily Terra Normal, because these things are always Terra Normal. What do we do here? I think we're gonna go for Hisuian Typhlosion. So this is gonna be a pretty interesting choice for us to make here. Reason being, as we do take some more Stealth Rock damage, is because this thing could obviously Terra Normal to gain the immunity to the Ghost move. So I feel like I kind of want to go for an Eruption here, just because maybe I'm overthinking this, but I feel like he goes Terra Normal to get the Shadow Ball immunity. So we're going to go Eruption and see what he does here. So we actually do overpredict. He doesn't Terra. We go Eruption. It does some decent chip damage despite being resisted to the Dragonite. He does just go Dragon Claw and finish us off, though. So that is unfortunate. We do lose Typhlosion there, and we go down to 3 Pokemon. But we do chip that thing, which is nice. So we know this thing's full set for the most part. As now we are going to go ahead, and I think our play here, our only play, is what do we do? Do we want to see this thing's final move? Because we know he has Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Extreme Speed. The 4th move is probably coverage of some sort. How do we want to play this? This is actually tough. Let's go Glastrier this time. I think our play is to go for Glastrier. So we're going to come in with the Glastrier, and we are going to take the Stealth Rock damage. And so I think I don't know if we want to Terra or not here, but I think we might want to Terra here just in case he's got some sort of coverage on deck, and then try to take him out with an Icicle Crash. I think that's our best play. So do we do that? Yeah, we'll do that. So we're going to go ahead and Terrasilize. He's actually going to go ahead and Terrasilize as well to get out. So now he's going to go Terra Normal. So I assume he probably is Terra Normal. So yep, there's Terra Normal. So I kind of figured that would happen. So he's going to go ahead and go Terra Normal on the Dragonite. And we are also going to Terrasilize as well. We just have to hope that the Icicle Crash is enough to take him out, even without being super effective. He is at about 50% health. So we're going to find out, hopefully. So there is the Terra Ground on the Glastrier for us. He does go for a Fire Punch, though, which is good. We tear it out of that weakness. And he gets the burn on us, which is really unfortunate. We go for the Icicle Crash. It surely isn't going to be enough now to take this thing out, thanks to the attack drop from the burn. So we get some HP back from the leftovers, and we take some burn damage. So now we have to hope that we can take another attack from this thing, which is really unfortunate. That burn may very well just cost us here, but we're going to go high horsepower. He goes for the extreme speed. It is Terra boosted. Can we take it? Yes, with 7 HP, Glastrier hangs on with 7 HP. We go for the high horsepower, and it is Terra boosted. It is enough to go ahead and take that Dragonite out finally, knocking him down to just one Pokemon. So Glastrier does come through for us there. We get the Chilling Neigh to get an attack increase there. I don't really think that's going to matter, as we do get some HP back with the leftovers, and then we are going to lose that damage right back to the burn. But Glastrier did come through for us there, surviving that Terra boosted +1 extreme speed, as now he is going to come in with the Gastrodon. It is his last Pokemon. And so our best bet here, I think, is to just go high horsepower again. I don't think we're going to outspeed him. And actually, indeed, we don't. But he goes for the recover to go ahead and put himself back up to full HP, trying to get some HP back. We go for the high horsepower. And, of course, we have to miss, because why wouldn't we? So that's extremely unfortunate, as we could have punished him there for going for the recovery move, but of course the 95 accuracy move just has to miss at the worst possible time. So that sucks, but we're not out of it yet. All we can really do is just click high horsepower again, as this turn he's going to take us out with an Ice Beam. So yeah, that is going to be the end of Glastrier, and that is going to knock us down to 2 Pokemon. So we have to decide how we want to try to tackle this thing. We have 2 Pokemon left, neither of which are the best for this situation. But I feel like the best thing we can do here... Let's see, how do we want to play this? How do we want to play this? How do we want to play this? Let's go for... Let's go for Klefki. So I think we're going to go Klefki first. So we're going to go into Klefki here, and we do take the Stealth Rock damage. And so I think, unfortunately, the best thing we can do here is Calm Mind. I don't know that we can really outrun this thing. But we're going to try to get a Calm Mind up to see if we can gain enough special defense boosts to maybe chip this thing down, and special attack boosts as well, as he does just go straight for the Earth Power this turn. It does over 50% despite the increase, which is very unfortunate. We do get some HP back with the leftovers. We're sitting at about 50% health. The best thing we can do, we could go for a Dazzling Gleam, but we could also go for our secret weapon here. But no, I don't think we're going to do that. We're going to Dazzling Gleam and see how much a +1 Dazzling Gleam does to this thing. How much does it do? It doesn't do much of anything at all, unfortunately. He goes for the Earth Power. We can actually take it, which is nice. We survive with 10 HP, which is nice. And then we get some HP back with the leftovers. So he's also going to get some HP back with the leftovers. This thing is definitely going to come down to the wire here. I feel like we could Steel Beam, but he could recover. This is going to be a critical decision, folks, for us. What do we do? You know what? Let's do it. Let's bust out the secret weapon and hope he doesn't click recover. We could do that. I feel like he probably clicks recover here, though. So no, let's Dazzling Gleam as we're going to be pushing the edges of the timer. We go Dazzling Gleam, knocks him down below half, which is incredible. He doesn't actually click it. He goes Earth Power instead. So we could have used the secret weapon. He gets a crit there. Doesn't matter. But Cleft Key goes down there, and we go down to just one Pokemon as he is going to regain more HP with the leftovers. So now, the only question as he sits at a little under half HP, the only question we have remaining is, can Cyclizar take this thing out with a max attack, Life Orb boosted Dragon Claw? Because if it can, we win. If it can't, we don't. He's sitting at a little under half. Let's go for the Dragon Claw and see what happens. We go Dragon Claw. Is it enough? Yes! Yes, it is enough from that range to go ahead and finish that Gastrodon off as we take some Life Orb recoil damage. And that is game. So we are going to win that one 1-0 against Juan. But that was a great match, actually. Very close, highly competitive. Right down to the wire. Very high-octane game as well. Very exciting. But in the end, we had just a little bit more. We were just barely able to eke it out there. Despite the massive disadvantage on paper, which I am pretty happy about. But great match there to kick things off with this team. But that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.